Hey everyone, welcome to Restless Barbarian Gaming. Tonight we are playing Wraith the Oblivion. Our chronicle name is Necropolis, Hollywood. It is set in, well, Hollywood, Florida. Geez, I already messed it up already. Hollywood, California. And it involves a circle of wraiths who have just crossed over to the other side and are now exploring their new miserable underworld. We have 3 players in our circle. Tonight we are missing one of them. Maura, sorry you couldn't make it tonight. I will make sure your character does not get into too much trouble. If this is your first time here, welcome. Glad you found us. Please be sure to give this video a like so the algorithm can work and more people can find this channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoy what you see, please go ahead and subscribe. We really appreciate all the new subscribers we've gotten recently, and we want to continue to mumble and stumble and not figure out how to finish my sentence. Continue to provide you great entertainment. So let me stop talking for a bit. Let me have my players introduce themselves, and we'll go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and start with Ninad.
I'm Ninad, and tonight I'll play Shaggy, an very ex-metal drummer who's now way in over his head, and it's probably horrible things are going to happen to him at the hospital.
Okay. And Minty Bo.
Hello, I'm Minty Bo. I'll be playing Terry Holtz, and even in death, I can't escape this needy ass cat.
Well, they say that cats, can sense spirits and those kinds of things. So, maybe that's what happened. In our last game, the circle had gone to one of the Hollywood precincts for the police department and had tried to track down some information about the accident that they were all in that had fatally taken their lives. What they did manage to find was a gentleman named Scoop McGinty, who was a Hollywood tabloid reporter who still hung around the police station in various spots in Hollywood, just looking for a good tidbit here and there to share. He had asked their help with a future endeavor, if in return he would help them at the police station. Seems Scoop has the ability to move objects in what they call the skin lands, the land of the living. So Scoop had helped them access a computer through one of the detectives who was working. And the way they actually managed to move things with the computer was, unfortunately, we had some interaction with a shadow, and there was a deal that was made. Natalia made a deal with her shadow that allowed her to interact with a human body through an arcana known as puppetry. So the poor detective who was typing, his hand for the mouse kind of lost control and was starting to click on things that he didn't really have any knowledge that he was doing such. What they found out was they found the names of everyone who had died in the accident on the highway, and they had a list of names. I believe it's about 12 names that they now have a picture of, and they also have the names written down. And they now have talked about possibly going to the hospital next, possibly looking at the morgue. That now they have the names. Can they possibly track down these 12 people and find their bodies and see if they can dig up, pardon the pun, a little more information about them? So the 12 names, I believe I shared it with everybody in Discord last week. Here are the 12 names of the victims from the accident. Natalia Calloway, Ezekiel Santos, Terry Holtz, Elias Kowalski, Michelle Sanderson, Louis Tate, Freddie Ramirez, Allison Jones, Matilda Watson, and Raekwon Harris are the names that were listed in the police report. And again, the circle had talked about possibly taking that same information and going to the morgue, but I'd like to just have them kind of jump back in and kind of see if that's still the plan or kind of what they want to do.
Yeah. Just a quick question. Wasn't the lady like really upset with Terry for?
Yeah. Part of the deal with Scoop is that he has a photograph that is at the Duchess Hotel of himself with Humphrey Bogart. And in game terms, this is one of his fetters. And he is trying to protect that picture. So he had made a deal with the Circle that if he helped them at the police station, they would help him get the photo. Well, there was a complication while they were looking at the photo because one of the wraiths at the Duchess by the name of Sarah has noticed that Terry had picked out a particular photo, had focused his attention on it.
Completely and totally randomly.
Yes.
Yes.
And Sarah noticed which picture it is and made a face. And you don't know what that face meant.
I'm sure it's fine.
But she seemed unhappy. Now,
Yeah,
Sarah
Death does that to people.
Sarah has been a decent friend to you so far. She had found you guys when you first came through. She saved you from some potential hierarchy scavengers and had brought you back to the Duchess. So far, no issues with her, between her and the Circle, but this might have raised a red flag with her. Who knows?
Listen, it's one picture. Okay, but I imagine we're picking up shortly after that exchange.
Yeah.
And Terry's just doing their best to just look nonchalant, and the minute she's out of sight, it's one picture. It's one picture. One picture on a whole damn building.
Well, I guess have somebody accidentally knock it off. What time is it now?
It's we're gonna say it's early evening.
Okay.
And again, you guys don't sleep, so you're you can technically run all day, all night if you want to. So, yeah. But it's early evening. The restaurant is just starting to get busy. Scoop is not with you at the moment because you're going to need him to pull off this particular scam or heist, as it were.
I think we should go ahead out and check out the hospital. I mean, I think it'll be less busy at night. Obviously, be open. But...
Probably, yes.
Yeah. You think we can make it before dark?
How far is it?
We'll say a couple blocks. I always make everything just a couple blocks. So, because I hate when I'm in a city with someone who goes, "Oh, it's just a couple blocks," and it turns into 12. So everyone's definition of a couple blocks is different. So for me,
the couple is 2.
Yeah. For me,
is that actual definition?
For me, that's 3 to 4. So
okay,
we'll keep it simple.
If you want
my country ass over here, just what is a block? I got a cinder block. Does that count? I can do it a couple times around that.
I think we can make it there, and there'll be yeah. I mean, the place will still be running, but obviously there won't be as many people.
I mean, hospitals are 24/7. The morgue may have certain hours, but in the early evening, probably still open, as it were.
Yeah. So.
All right. Now,
maybe up for a nice stroll in the night. Actually, what will happen if we get caught in hierarchy territory?
Well, that's
Is
an
it like a
interesting
hard?
question because yes, you do have to go into hierarchy territory. They'll probably ask who you are, probably what you're doing there. You've really only run into one or two hierarchy people, so it's not like you've run into a whole army of them or something like that, and they know. It just kind of depends. Each wraith is going to be their own person, or they were their own person, with their own agendas.
Okay, so it's not like a hard border where they'll just
No,
PvP and so-
there's no real gates or anything like that. It's just certain places where souls may be reaped easier may have certain personnel, certain groups of the hierarchy. They might patrol there. They might be stationed.
So we might run into them there because a hospital is a place where people die all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about, what was one of the first rules you were talking about? Be careful going out at night.
Mhm.
Do we want to know more about why that is, or we would just want to say, fuck it?
Yeah, maybe ask, what's the name of the guy at the front desk? I can't remember now.
At the front desk, that would be, let me get his name again, Charlie the Doorman.
Charlie Doorman. Okay. Well, I guess at the door, not the front desk. But anyway.
Yep. Okay.
I should ask Charlie. He seems fairly knowledgeable.
Okay. We'll zoom forward to you talking to Charlie. We're not gonna make you walk over there and hi Charlie, how are you? I'm great. Yeah.
I just ask him why is it so dangerous? Why is there a rule up against going out at night?
He seems kind of puzzled, like, why would you ask that? And he's kind of like, that's right, you're new. There are occasionally patrols, hierarchy patrols, that kind of skirt the outskirts of our territory, and occasionally kind of break the rules and come in. So that's why one reason you have to be careful, because they think that the Duchess is kind of on its last legs. It's not quite as strong as an organization as it was. And he says, and if you ask me, I think they're probably looking to recruit people as well to get people to come over to their side.
Okay. So what happens if we run into one of them? Should we just run away?
He's like, some of them are friendly, some of them are aggressive. Just depends on what kind of what legion you run into.
Is this wait? Hold up, Legion. Hold up, I remember this from school. Legion. That's not the Greeks. Fuck, who came after the Greeks?
The Romans.
That one, yes.
Yeah.
That's not. Wait, are they all Roman or some bullshit?
No, the way the legions are organized is based on the way you died. They have there was people who were called these skeletal overlords, who death lords, who basically reaped souls based on the way they died. There's legions who take victims of suicide, who take victims of disease, victims of old age, and there's been certain times that they manipulated events to increase their potential new membership, shall we call it.
Now, hold on. One of the first things they said was they were all big on the whole don't interact with living.
Yeah.
But now they're interacting with living to bolster the ranks.
Well, yeah, it's funny how that works, isn't it? How maybe an outbreak of the Spanish flu might have brought over a couple souls, or maybe a war pops up and a lot of young men die from the war. there's things that can be done indirectly. That's what you got to watch out for with the hierarchy. They're gonna claim they're following the rules when they're moving things behind the scenes.
Well, I'm not much of a backroom dealer, but if that's the game we gotta play, then I can wear a smile on the front of my face and a big old bird on the back.
And he kind of leans in and says, "You've already had to learn some politics here, haven't you, dealing with Sarah?"
Maybe that's good.
I don't know what you're referring to. It's been absolutely lovely here.
I would like a roll. Is Terry trying to put on a front, or is he maybe trying to find out more information about the way Charlie said that?
It's more of trying to say, "Oh yeah, I totally understand you," but if anyone's overhearing them, it's, "Oh, I don't know a thing." They're trying to like layer it on so thick that Charlie catches it, but if someone's just passing an earshot.
I got you. Okay. Okay. We don't necessarily need a roll for that. I just wanted to confirm kind of what
Oh no,
he's
I'm
doing.
down to roll. What you got for me, boss?
Oh wow. Let's see.
Let's put the roll in role playing.
I think performance and charisma.
I'm good at that, but I'm not rolling.
Yeah. I did not put on the old Biloxi charm on him, so I'm not use roll charm. Charisma and performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be fine. It'll be fine.
And difficulty 6. So
1, 2, 3, 4. Take that one away. All right, so I rolled 4 and then I rolled a 1, so that's only 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. Charlie kind of gives you a wink, like he kind of gets what you're selling, but you sense that he's still even being a little cautious about what he's saying. Like maybe he might have even said too much by mentioning Sarah's name.
Well, Charlie, I don't mean to, we don't mean to distract you too much. Do you have any, survival guide, like declassified survival guide to the undead streets, or is that just kind of one of them School of Hard Knocks kind of thing?
I'd say School of Hard Knocks. You're gonna find the again, everybody talks about those things that keep you here. You're gonna find that you're gonna make some enemies, and the last thing you want to do is let your enemies know too much about you. Like if there's something that you're trying to protect.
Well, and Terry's probably wearing something with sleeves. I'm not. They just kind of like looking. Yeah, I can store a couple tricks in there. Shaggy, what you think?
I think we can. So, yeah. I think we should just stick to the back streets while we go.
Okay. We're going to say that the way there is uneventful. Again, the street is filled with trash. There is debris flying through the air, even though it doesn't seem like probably it's that windy a day over on the other side of the shroud. But here it seems like there's always a breeze, some kind of foul odor in it that sometimes gets masked by an attempt at some kind of sweet, cloying smell that comes over it. You get to the hospital, and I want to share a picture, and we retcon the name of the hospital. Let me get the picture out again. Oh, and I closed it. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's try this again here. Because I think we went with Our Lady of something.
Here.
Yeah.
Southern California Hospital at Hollywood.
Yes. So we're gonna retcon that. So I just want to show you just guys a quick picture of it. And there we go. And here's what it looks like in the real world.
Okay.
Not a huge facility, but where you get to though is probably across the street. And that is actually one of the barriers. It's kind of the end of old Hollywood's territory.
Okay, so we're not going far across, at least.
Yeah.
We
So
can claim ignorance.
Yeah, well, that's you always can. The other side of the street would be hierarchy territory. The hospital itself, same number of stories, but what you see is more of the sides are almost painted with graffiti. That you see a lot of dollar signs in there, dollar signs and skulls in like green and black paint.
You know, I'm actually digging this vibe. I'm not gonna lie to you, Shaggy. I kind of dig this. There's probably some
Let's have a
artistic
schedule something. Now I'm trying to figure out where did they find spray paint on the side.
If I stab a spray paint can in their side, does that mean it's technically murder and comes this side? Because then that kind of proves the idea of animism. And I don't think I can handle that spiritual awakening on top of awakening as a spirit.
Yeah, you'd have to find out maybe how they painted on this side.
Yeah, commune with the spirit of the spray can. Do we see any wraiths wandering around from here?
Let's see. So you are looking across the street. I think this probably.
I'll hop on a car just to get a better view.
Okay.
But eventually nobody will be able to see me. Nobody cares.
I think this is something that they aren't necessarily in sight, but you might be able to feel their presence. I think I'd like a perception and awareness roll.
You can do it, Shaggy. You can do it.
Both of you can roll that. It's up to you.
Perception free. I do have awareness somewhere. I can remember where it is. You mean alertness?
It's perception and awareness. I want to be able to see if you can kind of feel and almost like detect that someone might be there.
What's difficulty 6?
Difficulty 6, yeah.
3 successes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 2.
Oh, 2? Okay.
Yeah.
You see something moving by the that sign for the ER entrance. You see something kind of walking slowly past it. That looks like it's probably on your side, but you're not. You'd probably have to get a little bit closer.
Okay, I have to step away for 2 minutes. I'll be back just now.
Okay, no problem.
I imagine Shaggy has decided, I'm going to take a close look at that or something of that nature.
Probably, but we will see.
I don't want to move things along while there's all this, but Terry's just kind of looking at this, and it's just. I always thought I'd end up here, but I guess there's worse ways to go.
There are. I think Natalia is going to try to take a look as well. I'm gonna roll for her, so I think we're gonna have her roll perception and awareness as well, and she actually has a good pull for that 6 dice. So, 5 successes. Okay, so we will wait till Shaggy comes back, but she was able to get a better feel for something.
She's just Inspector Gadget. Zoom.
Exactly. And hey, folks, while we're waiting, if you haven't already, please be sure to give this video a like. We have lots of new content coming up. In a couple weeks, we are going to be starting a new Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle set in the Dark Ages. We're starting that. And then we have another season of Call of Cthulhu Passages coming up a couple of weeks. And we're getting back into Werewolf. And lots of stuff coming up in the winter. So please be sure to check back and see what games we've got running that you might enjoy. I think you'll enjoy them all, but I'm biased. So
What's wrong with a little bias?
throw in a little bias.
I mean, I think they're all pretty great. So I think everyone should tune in. And I think those that don't, well, if your bedposts start rattling in the middle of the night and you hear the chains rattling, well, I'm not saying that's us giving you a full in, but I'm not. If you start hearing singing and you hear like a weeping flame in the closet, that's definitive.
All right, welcome back. Natalia made a similar roll, and she got 5 successes.
Wow.
And she got a very bad feeling from whatever. She kind of saw what you saw, but she got a bad feeling from them. She said it's definitely some kind of person, and they just have these just negative vibes about them.
Is there like a front entrance?
There is.
The ER entrance?
There is. I believe if you look to the left, again, this is the only picture I found of said hospital, but I believe that looks like some kind of entrance right there. And what it looked like was whatever you saw, you kind of train your eyes. It does appear to be moving in that direction. I gotta get back to my picture here. And where is it? Oh, sorry, guys. Here we go. Whatever you saw looks like it's kind of moving along the sidewalk almost.
Well,
at a very slow pace, though.
That.
So how about we come in around the back?
You could basically kind of dash across the street and then try to head
across by the traffic lights.
Yeah, I'll make sure you guys look left and right, unless you want to play Frogger again.
Please no.
I can see there's traffic lights actually in the photo.
Yeah, it looks like there's traffic lights down here. So
on our side, it just kind of looks like the antique ones. They look like little lanterns. And
exactly.
They don't work.
I mean, you do still see the cars on the other side of the shroud, and they do seem like they will hurt you if they run into you.
Oh, cool.
But it might be something you might be able to just shake it off and walk away. But I'm going to say you guys are smart enough to this time know to look out for cars and head across the street and kind of head towards the back.
We'll just go to a stoplight. I mean, when it changes to red on the other side, the cars will stop. We can just walk across.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying you guys time it. You get across the street. When you do get across the street, you do see, you get a little better look at, there was some kind of figure draped in like an old cloth with kind of a knit cap on their head, and they look like they're pushing a shopping cart heading down this way. They're definitely on your side of the shroud. They get past this truck. By that time, you guys have probably moved this way, so you don't see that person. When you get around here, you do see the ER entrance. There is a loading dock kind of in the back, but it looks like the main entrance though was up front. So.
Okay. Well, is there an entrance here? Well, the ER would have to be an entrance.
You could go in through the ER. You could go in through the loading dock. I'm assuming, again, never seen this building, that there might be some doors on this side, but you could go around the back.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
That's just. Well, the bodies will be delivered in a loading dock, I think.
Yes. And it's been, I believe, 2 days now, close to 2 days. So they would probably be in the morgue, which would be somewhere in the hospital.
Because there's probably an access from loading dock to the morgue, because that's how they deliver bodies.
Yeah, they don't usually just roll them in in front of everyone. Yeah, which is a good idea. I think since you're on the other side, you're going to have to do some searching to potentially find maybe where that entrance might be. So that's probably going to be in perception and investigation to kind of see through the shroud and see if you can figure out maybe there's a sign, maybe you can find something to help you.
I got a whooping 1 success.
1 success. Yeah, you're like, well, there's this loading dock, but I don't see any signs that say anything like this.
Are there any doors leading in?
There are doors. There's a double door, and then there is, like I said, a truck bay with that looks more like for deliveries, that kind of thing, with the sliding door.
Is it closed or open at the moment?
It is closed.
Okay. How about we go in through the ER and then see if there's any signage? Do houses in Hollywood have basements?
Yeah, they typically do have lower levels.
Okay, so.
Shaggy and Terry, could you give me a perception and awareness again, please?
Audience, that's a Game Master code for please make this roll. Yeah.
Well, no, just to see if you see whatever jumps you. 4 successes.
4
That's
successes.
done.
Okay. Shaggy, you feel that there's somebody watching you. When you turn and look to your left, there's an older man, kind of a long gray beard, with a looks like he's carrying like he has like a walking stick with him, like a kind of a fancy cane. He is dressed in a suit that probably would have gone out of fashion in maybe the mid 70s. He is bald. You can see on his head what normally would be those like, I hate to say it, spots that old people get, but these are like kind of like green and pussy like on his head. And he just kind of stops his cane and he says, "Fellas look lost. Can I help you?"
Okay.
And Terry, you now see him, and Natalia now sees him.
Oh, that's. Oh, okay. I was hoping he did. Well, we're just trying to find the morgue.
Well, that's inside. What pray tell do you need at the morgue? You guys are already dead.
Well, we want to see our bodies.
That's not a good idea there, young man.
Why not?
Can be a bit traumatizing.
We're dead. Ain't that the ultimate trauma?
Well, I don't think that would be a very good idea. I think it might be better if you maybe just headed on home, because you could cause a ruckus by doing something like that.
Why would that cause a ruckus?
Well, more than one youngin has kind of lost their cool when they seen their own demise, and they started causing trouble with the staff. And well, we just can't have that. So he takes his walking stick and just kind of shakes it at you and says, "Now, what mark do you bear?"
Mark?
And this is not a term you've heard before.
No.
Um,
No, a guy named Mark.
He's like, "Well, how'd you die?"
Well,
all right, I'll say it. I died because I had a driver, and they decided to take that old, the left-handed cigarettes.
Ah,
Yeah, it didn't end pretty when shit hit the fan.
the wacky weed.
I ain't against it. It's just when you're driving, come on now. But that's how I did it. And I just want to know if my family is going to be in a bad way if they see my body. Is it going to be a closed or open casket funeral? Give me some peace of mind.
same here. I also died. Well, due to this Tesla driver.
A Tesla driver. That's one of them fancy new cars, isn't it? And he takes a step closer to you. He says, "Well, it sounds like you boys should have been claimed by the Emerald Legion because you died of happenstance. Some people call it shit happens."
Now, I'm not too sure about that.
Now we're with the Duchess.
And he seems a little puzzled. "So you haven't reported to the Legion for your new accommodations?"
Well, no, we were informed that because we died in Hollywood, we were supposed to report.
"Oh, well, everyone's gotta follow the code here." And he kind of starts to like reach behind him.
We don't know which one to go to because we've heard conflicting reports. Some people say, yeah, we need to go to this one because, oh, you died in a car wreck. That's shit happens. But a couple folks told us, and listen, I understand you're very respectful, fellas, so I think I can trust you with this. A couple folks told us that the person driving had like some heart attack or some sickness claim them. And since we died because they died by sickness, it's like transit property. We're technically by that. And we honestly just don't know which one to do. It's part of the reason
Also,
why.
suspicion that it was actually a murder of some sort.
Terry, could you roll me manipulation and subterfuge, please?
Can I help him with that? Because I'm also.
I will.
I will
let you. I'll let you roll as well.
So
What is
you're
it?
gonna need
Manipulation?
it's difficulty 6, but you're gonna need a certain total to.
so that's
Any
the
chance I could
unstrong.
use? Any chance I could use charisma?
No, this is manipulation. So
Okay.
I have
I'm rolling one die.
no subterfuge. So we're just rolling 3 dice to see what comes up.
Okay.
I rolled no successes.
Okay.
That's 3.
Okay.
Wow.
He.
Oh, it's probably not enough, but
he thinks for a moment and takes from behind his back. It's actually just an old ratty looking handkerchief, and he kind of just dabs his eyes a little bit. He says, "That was an amazing story, son. All right, make it quick. Don't mess with anything in there. And when you come back out, you and we all need to have a talk to make sure that you're with the right Legion. My name's Edgar, and I'll be patrolling, and I'll be looking for you boys when you come out. And ma'am," said Natalia.
Oh, nice to meet you, Edgar.
He's like, "I shouldn't be doing this, but, well, we were all new once."
appreciate you. And we'll be quick as we can.
And he points his walking stick at the ER entrance. He says, "That's probably the fastest way to get to the morgue. When you get inside, just look for the signs. Bottom floor."
Thanks, Echo.
And he says, "Tell Doc Brown I say hello."
You got it.
Okay. All right. So you approach the ER door. It is, to you, it looks like the glass is all cracked and there's like jagged pieces missing. You just get this instant feeling of uneasiness as you approach it. Most city hospitals are generally either nothing going on or it's absolute chaos. Tonight, it's slower. So you get in there. There are still staff moving around. You catch some vibes from this place that there's been some great suffering here, but there's still some hope in there. So it's not completely bleak as you head through this ER.
I'm thinking about exit strategy. Question: How fragile are Wraiths?
You essentially have corpus, which is your health points.
What happens if we fall like 5 stories?
You will take damage.
How much?
I'd have to look up what falling damage is, but yeah, you're not invulnerable. You can fall. You could get hit by a car. You could get hit by. There's enough that the force you would feel it on, and plus there are still some physics in the Shadowlands. So you could get hit with things on your side. You could get crushed by things. You get bitten by things. So.
Because I'm contemplating that our exit strategy should be just to leap across the road.
That's gonna be tough. Just looking at the picture.
That's why I'm thinking if we jump from the 5th story.
Well, the first story, yeah, that's not going to be as bad. If you're looking to go from, looks like this place says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. That you
jump from the roof, then we should be able to make it across the road.
I'm not going to say you can't try. I will never tell you can't do something, can't try something. So, okay. Heading through the. What's that?
Yeah, heading inwards for now.
Okay, heading inwards. Okay. You are now in a hallway that is filled with. There's hospital beds on either side. It looks like kind of a overflow from the ER, but you look like you're at almost getting towards like a crossroads within the hospital. There are signs on the walls, but they are on the other side of the shroud, so they're going to be hard to read. But you can try to make probably, I would say, perception and either investigation. I would say probably perception and investigation to try to peer across and read signs.
Well, that's 0.
Let's roll for Natalia. And Natalia has. She's really good at perception, but no. Let's see. Okay. She got 1 success. Okay.
Okay, I've got 2 successes.
Can't quite make it out. You could probably be able to find your way to a staircase or an elevator, but you don't know what direction you're going. So.
Okay. So that's a problem.
So basically, you can go north, south, west, the cardinal directions. So you came in probably from the east and headed towards essentially a middle spot. So
Well, I'm not saying we do this eeny meeny miny mo, but what you think?
We just sense where there is no lock at the moment.
You guys just decide which way you want to go.
Well, there's still people walking around.
Yeah.
Can you see where people are there any corridors people aren't using very much?
At this hour, there's probably, let's say you came in from the east. So if you went north, you see some people going to like to some offices and that kind of thing. Continuing west, looks like it would probably take you maybe to like the ER waiting room. And south, probably eventually back to the ER, you would imagine. So
Maybe try going down, find a staircase.
No, not from where you can see. You'd have to move out of the spot to look for an elevator or a staircase. Right where you are, there's nothing. Unfortunately, I don't have a map. I thought about looking it up, but I ran out of time. So.
Oh, good.
Let's head maybe in the direction of the ER. I'm sure there's a staircase there somewhere.
Okay.
And as morbid as it is, if someone in the ER just so happens to not join us, but pass through us on the way out, we could see where they take them.
You guys have now learned to step side people walking, that kind of thing, because you've had those experiences with people walking through you. So you've kind of learned to kind of dodge. You do find what looks like a service elevator by the ER.
Also, I'll be right back, but I just imagine Terry finds a wall where they think something's on the other side. They're just like, all right, I got an idea. And they try to go through the wall. And I'll be right back with that one.
Okay. Yeah, he can try to stick his head through and see what he finds. Let's see what.
Is there a map?
I do not have one.
No, I mean, is there a map in the building?
What, like in real life?
Yeah.
Of the hospital? I'm sure there is. I just.
I mean, where we are, can we see like a map on the wall somewhere?
Oh,
like an emergency exit map, that kind of thing.
Well, you could try again, looking at see if there's signs. You couldn't read signs before or anything. So
again.
Okay.
Kind of peering at the sign, and 2 successes again. So.
Okay, Natalia got 3 this time. So we are going to say that you guys do see by this elevator, you see a sign that says morgue on it.
Okay.
Like down, basically, basement level. So we will wait for. There's our friend is back. They made Shaggy and Natalia made some new perception investigation rolls and found by the elevator there's a sign that says morgue on the bottom level, or the basement level.
Yeah, just as Terry pulls his head out of the wall, we tell him.
Oh no, Terry just falls out of the wall and just looks absolutely shell-shocked.
Yeah.
They weren't lying. I saw everything. Oh, fuck, this place went through so many people during the earthquakes in just 2 years. Oh god, I need a shower. Can we have showers on the side? Please say we have showers on the side. I need a shower. Now.
All right. So you are able to, if the elevator opens, you can jump on that, or you could try to. Not right here. No. It's not convenient to take bodies up and downstairs. They use elevators.
Yeah, but they normally have like stairs in case of emergency.
They would, they're just not right here. You'd have to wander off somewhere else in the hospital. And as luck would have it, the door opens. Okay. And a orderly kind of comes out, like pushing an empty empty bed. Natalia slips into the elevator.
Let's slip in. Well, hopefully it goes down rather than up.
Okay. And
just wait.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're waiting. And hey, Sunday's barbecue. Thank you, my friend.
Evil. Evil.
um, you wait like a couple of seconds, and the doors close, and it does go down. And the doors open, and a technician is standing there, kind of looking at her phone. Unfortunately, walks right through Terry as she steps on, and she kind of gives a shiver, like kind of pulls her sweater around herself a little closer. You guys slip out, and there is a hallway. It's kind of a pale greenish bluish light, kind of like in the promo picture. That very quiet down here, but you can figure out which way she came. That if you wanted to follow down the hallway, you would find the morgue itself.
Well, let's go.
You think we're really gonna be able to handle seeing this?
I don't know.
And Natalia goes kind of, she seems like for some reason this seems very important to her now all of a sudden, so she kind of moves ahead of you guys and kind of gets to the doorway. There is just an infinite sadness about this room. You look in, and where you normally think you would see maybe like the stereotypical drawers that probably on the living side are stainless steel and look clean, here they're gray and dented, and in some cases almost look like a little off center. Looking in, you do see there is a young man who's sitting at a computer terminal. Looks like he's working on something. There are two beds, we'll say, that look like they are. Infinite Sadness would be a great band name. I do believe Smashing Pumpkins had an album. I think it was called Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, actually. So I remember all this useless shit, but that would be a good name. Thank you, Jeff. You do see there are two, I guess gurneys is the better term, that appear to have bodies on them with the drape over them.
Oh.
Can we? I tried to read. Are there labels on the bodies? A toe tag or something attached to the body?
You can approach and take a look. You hear this muttering sound, like somebody talking to themselves, coming from the hallway. It's like very loud for some reason. like someone is like talking to themselves.
Is that you, Terry?
No. I feel like we're gonna find out who it is shortly.
Oh. I'm closer.
Okay. Do you turn around, or do you?
One of those very reluctant, just slow turn around.
I'm also turning around.
And there is a woman walking down the hallway, kind of this old-looking, like worn-out lab coat, has spots of blood all over it. She has wild curly hair that just almost unkempt. She's this very shrewd, small face, kind of old glasses on, and she's got like an old school clipboard in her hands, and she's writing on things. She's like, and then I've got to this one, and she's approaching the doorway. She's still looking at the clipboard, so she hasn't really looked up.
Hide now, and immediately looking for a hiding spot.
Yeah, same here. But
Okay.
is there a hiding spot?
Well, give me a. Let's go with a Dex and stealth roll.
Actually, can I just go for a wall and hide that way?
You can try that.
I have no stealth, but this is gonna be fine. I swear.
Same here. 1 success.
Oh no!
He
Okay.
just botched.
I got a double botch.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
You cuddly hide by leaping in front of her.
Okay.
I just
Terry,
jump on the body.
You can't see me.
I jump on the body thinking I can morph into it. It's like, yes, this is perfect.
Okay, we're gonna say Shaggy gets out of the way. Natalia managed to maybe hide behind the guy's desk. This woman comes in and she stops and she looks at her. She's Terry. She looks at Terry. She goes, "What are you doing in my morgue?" Yes, you. I see you there. What are you doing in my morgue?
Well, howdy. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Dr. Cynthia Brown, and I am the chief coroner. And you are unauthorized to be in my morgue.
Actually, I'm here to deliver a message to you.
A message to me? How interesting.
Yes, Edgar, topside, fancy suit, needs a little bit more hair in certain places on his head. He wanted us to come in and tell you hello since we're new in the neighborhood, and he figured we would be amiss to not greet new neighbors, or not greet people as new neighbors.
This is very unusual. Very
I'm an
unorthodox.
unusual figure.
Are you alone? She starts to kind of walk around.
I had others, but they were on the second floor. They wanted to try and find some folks up there that they knew. I didn't have the heart to tell them that we are actually on the other side. As far as they know, we're hallucinating.
And you are untrained in the ways of the restless and could cause significant damage.
Which is why Edgar has so delightfully asked us to come and say hello, and along the way ask for advice about influential figures in the area. See what you would like to impart upon us new souls.
I think I'm thinking maybe manipulation and performance to see if you can sell it. And she is gonna combat that with yeah, because it's not it's performance more, I think. So yeah, let's see what how she would combat that then. Still difficulty 6. Oh.
So I need to understand that now that I have, like, a moment ago thought, man, I'm rolling so well. I got 2 successes and 2 1s. So I got a 0.
Oh God! All right, well at least you didn't botch.
I didn't botch, but she is not buying this at all.
No, she says that is absolute balderdash, and I need you to remove yourself from my morgue immediately. Do not make me call security.
Nope, no need for security. I will happily go. I do not want no issues.
And she comes over to like grab you by the shoulder, to like physically remove you.
Terry doesn't have any Arcanoid that they can really, well,
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
I have an idea. I have a semblance of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Control F in the guidebook. Guide me.
And we do have a nice listing of the Arcanoi that our friend Mora found. So just let me know what you want to. You have keening. You have castigate, which I don't really quite know what you're doing with it yet, but there's some options there. Phantasm works more on the living side, though.
But
Shillelagh.
I cast Spike Growth now.
Yes, magic missile. So.
I think, Terry, they haven't used Phantasm yet. They've used the other two, but they don't really see Keening as a way of, oh, I can fuck you up. The only thing they have seen that actually makes people even just react to them is Castigate. So they're just going to like stare this woman down and use the first dot of Castigate, Soul Sight.
Okay.
Because Sarah seemed to notice they had noticed something and it kind of made them react. So maybe something here can make it happen.
Yeah, let's try that. So you're gonna go with your Castigate.
Yep, it's gonna be Soul Sight, Perception plus Castigate.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll that.
This is gonna go so well, and by so well I mean this is gonna go so horribly.
I'm kind of ready to jump in just in case Terry does that.
1 success and 1-1.
Oh God.
Ah!
She grabs you by the shoulder and starts just like pulling you towards the door. Natalia.
I'm kind of waiting for them to go out so that I can just.
Natalia. Let's see. Could I have her? Actually, go ahead, Shaggy. Tell me what you want to do. I'm kind of thinking if I want to have Natalia intervene.
So it looks like she's just trying to get him out of here. So.
Yeah. Yeah, she's kind of watching.
Okay, I'm just quietly waiting for her to come out. So.
Yeah, she leads Terry out of the room and takes him like out into the hallway. Natalia kind of pops up from behind the desk, and you if you're kind of looking out, it was very uncomfortable where you went, Shaggy, because there are still walls on this side, so it's not as you're not quite at that point where you're just like dashing in and out. So you're kind of like,
yeah.
So you. And she kind of sticks her head
fall
out.
The wall. Dunk.
Yep. She kind of sticks her head out, and then she kind of waves you over.
Quietly sneak over.
There are on the drawers. There are labels. 1, 2, 3, 4. There, but they don't have names on them.
Names on the actual bodies on the.
No, on the drawers that are holding current bodies, there are 2 bodies on gurneys.
They have names.
Give me a.
Because normally they would have names to kind of
avoid perception and investigation.
I have a feeling you might say that. Fall on the floor, so it's going forever. 2 successes.
What's that?
2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah, you can kind of peer through, and you see some squiggly names. One of them is Garbald, and the other one is you're kind of just, oh God, what is that? And that's like some long Italian name. I can't quite make it out.
Italian name.
Neither of them are on the name list. Neither of those are the names on the list that you had.
I really want to do this. Can I actually try and peer into one of the shelves?
Okay.
Hopefully it's not completely dark in there because.
Okay. Yeah, you have.
Headroom.
Yep. You have. Let me see.
That side.
There are 7 drawers.
Only 7. Okay.
You gonna go for number 7?
Natalia, what do you think? They all look pretty much the same. Are there dates on them or anything?
Nope.
Okay, try and let's start with number 7.
Number 7? Okay. You're not able to put your head through it. There's something, you kind of bonked your head on it.
Strange. I tried to open it from the side. Does it react like any other? No.
Your hands just go through the handle.
That's a problem.
There's something about these drawers that there's preventing you from looking through.
I tried to punch it.
Okay. You would have to have
Punch doesn't go through.
yeah. I mean, you hit something solid on your side, and your hand hurts.
Okay.
But then when you look at it, you get a little closer. It's like the metal on it is just like this black steel-looking substance. You're like, this is like reinforced.
This is spiritually reinforced metal.
Natalia is going to try something. She
I
has...
use.
Yeah.
I'm going to try using castigate level 1. I don't know if it'll actually do anything, but
Okay.
so it's up to you to decide if I see anything. Because
Show me
My
the soul of
character's
this locker.
Castigate level 1 on what? You're trying to look at the locker, or
at the locker.
you can try. Yes, I will always let you try.
Yeah, it's up to you if there is anything to see, because
I will tell you there is nothing you can see. So because castigate is castigate is for looking at a wraith, and I will tell you that locker number 7 has no wraith in it.
Right.
So
Are all the lockers like that?
no.
It's this one.
As you go along, there's some that have this certain metal, some don't. Now, whether or not anyone can notice that difference on the other side, but you notice it here, that, okay, number 7 is like reinforced. Number 6 is reinforced, but like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, they look like a different kind of metal.
Try 5.
Try 5. Okay. You can actually put your hand through, and you see a shriveled mess of a person. On this side, they are still a corpse, and they look like they were possibly in a fire.
Okay. Was there a fire during the accident? Can't remember.
There was fire in the accident. It is not your body, though. When you would know your body from this side. So
well, that's not very helpful, because we don't even know what the person looked like. Do you happen to see the driver that was all this during the accident?
Well, you were on your motorcycle, so you don't know what any of the drivers look like. But Natalia is there.
Do you know what the guy looked like? Yeah.
And Natalia can come over and she will look. And she looks in and she goes, "Oh my God, that's Freddy. That was my driver. Oh my God."
I'm sorry.
Oh God.
I think he's moved past.
And she now walks over to number 4.
Natalia, did you see the driver that started all this? Were they male or female?
She says, I was in the back seat. I couldn't. Terry, let's switch back to Terry real quick. Yeah, she has dragged you out into the hallway like an errant child, and is now. I want you to stay right here, and I am going to go find the Centurion on guard, and we are going to deal with this interloper. I don't know what Edgar said to you, but you do not belong here. You will stay right here. And spins on her heel, and starts and heads for the same elevator that you guys came in.
Wait, hold up. Wait, doctor, hold up. I got a question for you before you go.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, is there more than one Centurion?
More than what? I'm sorry.
They just kind of, they don't move, but they are like facing her.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was only one of them. The Centurions.
Oh, there are several, depending on the legion. This is another reason you shouldn't be out wandering around. You don't know what you're doing.
And you obviously do. May I ask for you to impart some guidance, wisdom on the subject? Because I see I've offended, and I do not want to redo that.
Young man, you will be reprimanded by the Centurion. It is not my job to teach you the ways of the restless. I have my own responsibilities. I don't have time for these sorts of things. You will stay here, and I will be back with the Centurion. And just spins, heads over, the elevator opens, and she steps in.
They just kind of do their best to act like, oh shit, just staying in the spot. At least till the doors close.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the door closes.
The count. 1, 2, 3. Back to the board.
Okay. Okay.
You always count for 3 in case they're trying to fake you out.
And Natalia actually came over and kind of stuck her head out and was kind of looking for you. Brings you back over. Okay. She asks you, she says, did you get a look at who was driving the car?
I don't think I did. I was in the back of a crowded-ass van. I saw them come in. Fuck, did I? God, everything's foggy. Look, we ain't got a lot of time. Hey, you remember that Centurion business? They're coming.
Someone speaks up within Terry's mind. Oh, you know who was driving it, and we can remember. Maybe if you think just a little harder, squeeze that drug-addled brain of yours, and concentrate. Think back to what you saw. You could make a intelligence and I don't know if meditation would be. Just give me a straight intelligence roll. Let's see if you can possibly remember.
This is gonna go so fine. 0 successes.
Okay.
You succeeded any rolls today.
To be fair, that was on 1 die. So you know what?
and you feel the same. Jesus, you're useless.
No, just
okay.
Hold on. Fuck. I don't remember shit. Look, y'all remember that freaky? You know what? I'm gonna say interesting looking fellow with the dog-like thing that was there on the overpass, the highway.
Yeah.
There's more of them.
Oh shit! All right, we got we got to hurry.
Maybe we should get out of here.
Okay. She goes over and she says, "Now, these trays or whatever the hell they call them, we can see in a couple of them, but there's two at the end we can't see in. There's something different about them. Something was done on this side of the shroud for those.
Like,
and she says, now put your head in. She's like, we already checked 5.
Yeah.
And that was my driver. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 to look at.
everybody pick one, whichever one gets left behind, because I don't want to deal with her over there or Centurion.
Okay.
Actually, I just need to try something. This like blockage? It's on our side? Is it shaped the same as the? Can I feel a door in the blockage?
So you're saying, like, is there a door on it?
Yeah, it's just like a flat shape.
On number 7?
Yeah.
You hit your hand on it. There's some metal blocking.
Yeah, I kind of feel around it because it's obviously not. So is there like a hinge that I can feel like?
All right, give
like
me wits and investigation then to see if you can figure something out here.
Try to open it. I have 1 success, so.
Nah, there's no mechanism that you can find. Natalia is gonna stick her head through. She kind of almost takes like a deep breath and sticks her head in number 1.
I go to number 2.
Terry takes number 3.
Okay. In number 3, you find Terry's body. You recognize they are partially burned, but they look peaceful. They don't look. You're not sure if it was smoke inhalation, what happened. Terry went into number 2.
No, Shaq went.
Okay.
Terry actually saw his own body. So.
Okay. Terry finds Shaggy's body. There's a lot of road rash along the chest and neck and face. And it almost looks like there's like a tire track, like something had rolled over his head. And you keep this knowledge. Unfortunately, Natalia found her body. So she begins to shriek and backs up crying.
Okay.
Okay. You're okay. It's not really you.
And she comes back. She's like, I knew I didn't want to see this. I knew I didn't want to see this. Okay. She goes back to kind of her mental list of who of the names. Okay. So she found Natalia. You found Terry. You found Elias. Okay.
Freddy.
And you have found Freddie Ramirez. Okay.
Let's look at number 4.
Okay. Number 4. Who's going to look in there?
I will.
Okay. You look in. There is a burned body that you do not recognize.
Can I see if it's male or female?
Shaggy, you can look if you want to.
Yeah, I do. I mean, can I see if it's male or female?
It is male.
Okay. Well, I think we should get out of here. Maybe try to find a staircase.
You guys start heading towards the door, and then you hear the elevator bing, but it's like wrong. And you hear this. You hear that muttering coming in. They're over here, and I need you to remove them immediately.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the elevator at the end of the hallway, and then further down
and then
the hallway,
you could get down the other end of the hallway.
Okay, so let's go down the other end of the hallway. I was thinking, what if we climb up through the floor?
You do what? I'm sorry.
Climb up through the floor. I mean, I'm sure there's cabinets around here, so we just get on top of a cabinet and then.
Okay, how are you? Well, you have to move the cabinet.
No, I'm sure there's cabinets against the wall, so we just get on top of the cabinet, then go for the floor above it.
It's gonna take you a little bit.
Or maybe let's just go down the hallway.
I mean, I'll let you try it, but
Yeah.
it will take you a little bit because you don't exactly just jump through walls. You're more kind of like morphing through them very slowly.
Okay.
Because you're not quite so. But you can try it if you'd like to.
Yeah, I think let's just go down the hallway for now.
Okay. I will never not let you try something.
Let's run for it.
Natalia goes, who was in number 4?
I don't know. There's a guy.
Terry, you look.
We just no. You don't have time.
But we have to know because there's 7, whatever you call them here, boxes or whatever, and there were 12 bodies. Okay. So we have to narrow it down to know who's in what.
Okay, but the body I'm worried about is mine, and the danger to that is coming down that hall right now. We're not gonna find out shit if we die again.
All right. Okay, and then you guys are gonna manage to get out of the doorway. You guys moved pretty quick, and you get down, start moving down the hallway, and you do find a staircase.
Run up the stairs.
Okay. Natalia kind of hangs back just a little bit, and she's going to try to listen to hear if Dr. Jones is saying it, or Dr. Brown, excuse me. No time for love, Dr. Jones. She's going to see if she hears something, because it's something I would like the players to know. Oh, okay. You hear, it sounds like the technician, the living technician. Hear him talking about something as she hears this. Is like, yeah, Jones needs to be moved out of number 7 for the funeral home. They're gonna be picking him up. No autopsy. Natalia goes, Allison Jones. That's one of the names on the list. I'll bet you it's Allison Jones, and she wants to go back.
Not now. Maybe we'll come back.
Look, we got a name. You know something's up. I got an idea. We don't know when that funeral home thing's coming. But right now, they're on to us tonight. I say we figure out where that funeral home could be, go from there before a Roman soldier gladiator finds us and turns us into the pitney.
Talia's like, maybe we can find somewhere to stay nearby, then we can come back, and maybe when the funeral home comes. She looks over at Shaggy like, it's a lead, man. I don't know what to tell you. She goes, I was never a detective. I was a singer, but I don't know. I just got this feeling.
I think it's a good lead, but I do think we should get out of here because they're probably going to be looking for us now.
Wait.
Okay. And looks back at Terry.
I don't know how I know. Start with that. I might know a place that's not close, but closer than Duchess. And I think it might be in old Hollywood territory. I don't know, but if you want to follow this so badly, like as soon as possible, this is the best option we got.
Okay.
She's like, okay, all right. Where is it?
You ever heard of Whiskey A Go Go?
And she's like, yeah.
Okay. If it weren't for the fact that we are being looked for right now, we'd be having a discussion. Don't make that face about a place that's my second home. Now,
I don't even know if her character would do that. I'm just assuming she would. You can tell me more if I played her wrong. So.
Now, let's get out of here. Edgar's going to be looking for us. That motherfucker set us up a little bit. I'm a little peeved on that. But you know what? I just don't want to deal with that. Let's get out of here. Get back to our territory. Good amount in our territory.
Okay.
And get to the fucking club. And reconvene before we get got.
Yeah, I think let's get out of here. Let's go through the front door.
Okay.
Terry's gone from second death by alcoholism to second death by aneurysm.
Are you sure you really want to go back to that dump? Didn't really serve you very well the first time around.
That place is home.
Figures.
No. What you mean?
And Natalia, like, what? Are you talking to the whatever again?
I don't know anymore.
If Natalia's shadow
Yeah,
wants
sure.
to speak up, it would be. I would allow it. If you want to, you don't have to though.
I will later when time comes, if time comes. But right now, I think we should just run out.
Okay. Yeah, and
Plus,
and you guys then get moving, dodge around people, get out the front door. You do see that figure that had gone past before, and they do appear to be the wraith of perhaps a homeless person, who is pushing a shopping cart that is filled with crumbling stuffed animals. You think you see possibly a human skeleton in there, or something that resembles bones, and it's an old woman just with her face down, and she's just kind of pushing along the sidewalk. Natalia kind of stops to kind of let her go by, like she's almost like frozen.
I kind of just watch her. Is she actually noticing us at all, or is she just in her own world?
She doesn't even seem to notice you. She reminds you of some of the spirits you've seen on the streets, who just seem to walk in a pattern.
Okay.
The term drone comes to mind, but she kind of eventually gets past you. That's when you hear Edgar shout, "Hey, fellas! Did you find what you were looking for?" And he's way over on the other side, by that ER sign.
How many feet
I
away
think
is he?
What? How far away is he?
Probably like 20 yards away.
Out of range for that.
Natalia's about to
Okay.
book across the street.
I'm just booking across the street as well.
Okay. Let's have you guys make a dex and athletics roll, just to see if you're able to kind of dodge some of the traffic.
Natalia? Natalia's shadow is offering. Natalia, we're in big trouble, so let me help you across the street.
Okay.
I'm going to offer her 4 shadow dice.
Oh no. She's like
Might get killed
no.
again. That's a very busy road.
She's not now. No. Shut up.
Okay.
I shouldn't even start talking to you.
I just don't want you to get hurt, that's all.
Shut up. Good job. Okay, she only has 3. Okay, so she's gonna. Oh, she got 2 10s. So she just gonna left, right. Goes
You
running.
said plus Dex plus Athletics.
Dex plus athletics, yeah. Oh God, what'd you get, Terry?
I'll let we'll see what Shaggy got first. I think
0 successes.
0. Okay, you each get hit by a smart car.
So Boss, I hate to rain on my own parade, but I didn't get 0. I got a botch because I got 1 success and 2 ones.
Oh God. Okay. Shaggy, the car goes through you. It feels very uncomfortable. But the driver, when they feel the coldness of you, spun the wheel out of panic.
Terry.
And then really when they hit Terry gets knocked into the air and crashes down onto the sidewalk on the side of the street you were trying to get to.
I'm just going to mark down corpus boxes until you tell me to stop.
You're going to take at least 3 corpus damage.
How many do I take?
You do not take any. Luckily. Somehow, by the grace of whatever spirit is on this side, you don't take any damage this time. But Terry took the bulk of it. You land on the sidewalk. Edgar starts to come over, kind of checks out the traffic, but he doesn't cross. He just looks at you guys.
Look back at him, help him up, and then keep running, just in case.
Just like a hand desperately.
Okay. And he
I'll pick him up and carry him if I need to.
Okay. And he watches you, and he just watches you guys run. Just for the sake of convenience, we're going to say the Whiskey A Go-Go is a couple blocks. We'll say it's not in the direction of the Duchess, but still within Old Hollywood's domain. You get there, you recognize the club, but it has kind of weird lights on the outside. They're glowing lights, but they almost look like little skulls on the outside. But it feels welcome when you get there, Terry. You feel like, okay, this is something that feels familiar to me. Something I can deal with as you're carried in.
Cool decor. Ever been here? Guess I probably haven't.
Ow. Okay. Ow, that hurt. Okay. And I imagine Terry's just got like half their body that just looks more pale and see-through and spectral bloodied.
Yeah. Yes. The car that was on this side really hurt. So so you're taking in I think what I want to do is probably wrap things up here so that we can spend a little bit of time in the next episode. Thank you, Jeff.
If I died in a car crash and then I got hit by a car again, does that mean me half the person I was or a quarter of the person I was?
I don't know. Maybe a third now. I don't know. Maybe it's chopping you up. I don't know.
Like 2 hits.
But what I'd like to do is probably wrap it up here because this place is special to Terry. This is actually his haunt, which he will discover. So that's something I'd like to go into in the next episode, where you guys understand what a haunt is. The players will learn it, or excuse me, the characters will learn it, and then you can talk about your possible return to the hospital, or we'll see what Natalia wants to offer. So I want to thank my players for another great. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you for watching, my friend. So I want to thank my players for another game. Hopefully everybody's feeling good.
I feel great despite the fact I get hit by a car again. Okay. Wait, this is the third time now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just avoid cars.
Maybe he has an issue with cars. Maybe that's something that'll come up later.
You know what? A folk singer that refuses to go into a car. Now I just need airplanes. I just need airplanes now.
I think you might have. I think you might have caught on to the problem.
Yeah.
I've kind of kept it as something I wanted Terry to learn, that he has a problem with cars and he's a folk singer.
Because I'm on the highway to
See, a
hell.
little-
Why?
Yeah, so what caused the accident was actually that Terry just attracts cars to him.
Yes. Yeah, that is something that I was going to reveal at some point. That's why he took so much damage from cars. And Shaggy, if you had botched as well, yeah, you might have taken some damage, but you were all right. So, okay, yeah, that is another thing with Terry, is that cars tend to hurt him. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap up for tonight. Again, thanks for everybody watching. Thanks again, Jeff. Appreciate it. And please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Anybody got anything going on they want to plug or mention, or?
Nope, just happy holidays for
Not
all
yet.
of our viewers.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
happy holidays.
All right, we will be back again next week with episode 5. We are rapidly ending season 1 soon, so we'll see what we get wrapped up with that, and we'll be back again next. Excuse me. Thank you. We'll see everybody next week. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Night.
Bye-bye.